Okay, so in this video, there's really three parts we're going to make. All right, we have the box, we have our crankshaft. We're going to make this follow rod, okay, this guide, and also this follower. Okay, so we're going to make these three things, and then we'll worry about a cam in another video. Actually, we'll make the cam here too. All right, so we'll get these things going so that we can start getting that movement. So create a new part, studio. All right, and let's start with the guide. Okay, rename guide. All right, let's do a sketch. And I'm going to do it on the top plane. All right, so here, if you remember in our box, we made this circle right here, 1/2 an inch. So we're going to fit a circle inside of that. So circle, 1/2 inch, so 0.5. And we're going to do an extrude. The box is 0.25 inches, so we're going to extrude 0.25 inches. And then I'm going to sketch on top of that circle, and I'm going to build a little bit bigger circle. Let's go 0.75. And we're going to do an extrude on it. Now, this one a little bit differently. Don't think we've ever done this, but we're going to do a draft. Now, if I do a draft, as it goes, it changes size. But I don't want it to get bigger. Okay, so I'm going to flip this. Nope, not that. I'm going to flip this so it gets smaller as it goes up. All right, let's get this. 1 inch should be fine. And let's change this to maybe 5 degrees. Look at the top. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so that would go in there, but we need a hole for the follow rod to go in it. So let's do a sketch. The follow rod's a 1/4 inch, or will be. So we're going to go 0.25. Extrude. This should remove. And I'm just going to change this to 5 inches because I just need it to go all the way through. So as long as it's longer than this piece, we're good. Okay. And it goes all the way through. Let's rename it to guide. Let's change its color. Let's go with something light right there. Okay. Go to our assembly, insert, guide. And we want this to be locked in. So what I'm going to do is I want this face to be right there with that bottom face. So I'm going to select that circle right there and that circle right there. And there we go. It's in place. All right, you can see it. We look through there, we see that axle. Everything is lining up nicely. Okay, now let's make a follow rod that we can put in there. So create part studio. All right, rename it. Let's go follow rod. Okay, so the follow rod, sketch. It's going to go up and down, so I'm going to do it on the top plane. Create a circle, 0.25 inches. And let's extrude it. Let's go 4 inches. Rename, follow rod, and then edit appearance. And let's make this that color. Okay, go to our assembly, insert, follow rod. Let's go ahead and do a fasten. All right, I'm going to make the bottom of it even with the bottom there. So I'm going to click just that circle. And that circle. And there we go. Now, ooh, it's not a fastmate. It's not locked. So that's wrong. Let's not do that. It needs to be a slider because that rod needs to be able to go up and down. So I'm going to do a slider mate. All right. And then I'm going to connect there with right there. Okay. Now the difference is this allows it to go up and down. Now I do want to set limits. Now, if you notice the Z's going down, well, the minimum, okay, I do want it to go a little bit below because we got to put that the other little follower on there. So I'm going to set this to 0.25. That's my minimum. And then the max, I think this is 2.5 inches down. So I'm going to go 2.5. Okay. So if I do that, now as I drag this, it goes there to there and it looks good. All right? That's what we're looking for. All right. So that fits up nicely. So let's make the little bottom piece that'll go on top of that. Okay, let's call it rename. Let's call it just the follower. Let's sketch. I'm going to do it on the right plane because I'm going to make kind of that U shape. I'm going to do a box. It's going to have a 0.25 hole. So I'm going to do this 0.3 by 0.3. Actually, let's do that 0.5. 0.5, 0, and 0.3 that way. Okay. And then I'm going to do my arc. I'm going to hit these bottom two corners and then drag that little dot that you see moving in the middle of the box. I'm going to go until it touches that line. And there we go. Let's extrude. Let's go a 1/2 inch, so 0.5. And now we've got our follower. But looking at the top, we need a hole for the axle. So I'll do a sketch on the top. And I'm going to get this point. I'm going to follow along the top till I get the midpoint there. And now it'll draw a line down. So I'm going to do the same here. Follow. There's midpoint. So go over until I get double dotted lines. And click. Now I can do my circle based off of that and get, I want it to be 0.25. Extrude it. We're going to go 0.25 depth and we want to remove. So it's going into it and we like it. All right, rename it. This is going to be the guide or follower. All right, go to our assembly, insert, follower. Okay, now it is, I do need it spinning a little bit. Go isometric. I need it to go 90 degrees this way. All right, so that that curve matches up there so the cam will be hitting it properly. All right, we didn't give it a color, did we? So edit appearance. Let's go with boom. Okay. So back to our assembly. This should be locked on. So fasten mate. That circle. And that circle. Okay. Now that's going just to the top of it. So we need to do an offset. The axis is going up. So we want it to move along that axis 0.25 inches. Remember, if your Z's in the other direction, you would just put negative. But there it's fitting. Let's just drag that whole thing up. Get it out of the way. Go quit thinking. right like that. Okay. I don't know how long this video is right now, but I feel like it's running a little long. So I'm going to stop this and we'll do the cam in another video.